times pound it tilde divided by ik golf really collector 470 tilde acute 13 mat micro yen like easy not sign amount a ring letter 3 plus or minus bound divided by mat a circumflex mat a quarter r times circumflex letter 2 3c pound net sign s quays to be acute longs to be sense completely free to acute utterly terrified pound copyright. Victor clearly endured inhuman torture in life, his body covered in curtain fluff, and his palm provided the killer with a little artistic touch. The killer left a lazy guide, and Mills found chilling photos in the room. Seemingly Victor's self is taken during torture. The timestamps are clearly visible. The last photo was taken 3 days ago, the first year back Victor was performing for a year. And just when everyone thought the curtain had fallen on Victor, the spotlight suddenly flickered back on. Police promptly sent the doctor to take Victor to hospital, with Morgan and Mills realizing the killer's cleverness was to lure them here. This crafty guy was totally taunting and mocking their incompetence. Seeing the killer's style, Mills was ready to give him a lecture, but now he was helpless as a reporter, like a superhero, barged in and snapped Mills' photos, resulting in an image Mills shoving him right out. Little did he know, that push made him miss the killer by a hair. The doctor said Victor's alive, but his tongue's checked out, so painful one might bite theirs in summer. After a year of torture, flashes seemed bombs, ready to scare him to death. He became the king of frights caught by Morgan and Mills. As Morgan and Mills worried, Morgan suddenly hit on an idea. Could they trace the reading list for clues, given the killer's pursuit of the 7 deadly sins? They decided to check the library, but Morgan took Mills to the FBI, which left Mills scratching his head in confusion. Morgan explained that to monitor the reading habits of the public, the FBI had secretly booked all the libraries talk about a bookworm. Special books bear unique marks, e.g. on atomic bombs. Once open, logs upload to the Bureau. Morgan had a friend at the Bureau, and with his help, they quickly obtained the borrowing list. Mills spotted what's cooking, Joey. They found a guy named Joey who borrowed a book on the 7 deadly sins, so they immediately tracked down his address. No matter how hard they knocked, it was a classic case of water under the bridge. Seems Joey wasn't home. Just then, a mysterious hat-wearing man appeared, saw Morgan and Mills, and bam, he fired and bolted. It was obvious this guy was Joey. Mills took off after him, turning it into a full-blown chase scene. Soon, he chased Joey into an alley, but unexpectedly, plot twist, Mills' gun got knocked right out. At this point, Joey pointed his gun at Mills, ready for an improv show, yet strangely, he chose to let Mills go. Luckily, Morgan found the injured Mills just in time. Luckily, Mills only suffered a bit of psychological. After first aid, they searched Joey's place. Results were astonishing. Joey was the dramatic killer they were after, with walls plastered with victims' photos and that missing hand. Mills and Morgan were stunned. They caught the killer but let him go, a serve-you-right scenario. Just then, the killer called them apparently unfazed. He wasn't worried about getting caught. Joey said in the phone that though he admired Mills and Morgan's sleuthing skills, he was powerless. He just wanted to thank Mills but hung up before he could finish talk about mysterious. Clearly, this guy enjoys challenging the police. Morgan and Mills found a blonde tragically in Joe's photos. This lady matched the lust from the 7 deadly sins, leading Morgan to suspect she'd be Joe's next target. When they found her in an underground hotel, she had already become a has-been star, exiting this stage of life. Subtitles: the killer wrote "thank you" on her door, and another man at the scene claimed he was forced out by her fading stardom. He said the killer threatened her with a gun, demanding a customized tool, chilling beyond belief. As time flew by, Morgan and the team found yet another new soul singer. This time, the victim died from arrogance, her face expertly chopped off by the killer. What a chef he was. The killer smeared her hand with a bottle of sleeping pills while she clutched a phone in the other. Seems her choice was quite the dilemma. She could call for help, but doing so would expose her scandal. No way a starlet could accept that. Thus, she chose to end it herself, becoming the antagonist of another story in the process. As Morgan and Mills neared the truth, Mills suddenly heard a voice. Someone seemed to be calling her name. In that split second she turned around. She was stunned. Joey had mysteriously returned, covered in blood, ready to What's scarier? Joey cut off all his stuff, as if speaking for victims. Despite Joey's surrender, it didn't change Morgan and Mills' view. They thought things were far more complex. Because Joey still needed to kill 2 more to fulfill his big dream turned himself in now. Impossible. Just as Morgan and the team were piecing the truth together, Joey's lawyer popped up, revealing there were still 2 bodies hidden away. He always said he'd take them, but only if they left tonight at 6. What a fussy little sheep. Director, however, declared he'd rather let those 2 bodies rot away totally unreliable. Mills chimed in, "There's no room for discussion. Don't you want the truth to come to light?"